Vancouver's hit music station, Z95.3. That is BKS. It's Astro playing on Buzz. And special hello to Kirk Pengilly.
Hello.
And Andrew Farriss.
Hello.
We made it through the windscreen. By the windscreen of our neck.
Of the world-famous rock band, INXS. I must say what a treat it is to have you guys here today. And welcome back to Vancouver.
Thank you. Yeah, it's our second home.
It is. Elegantly Wasted recorded here.
Yeah.
The new album with the funky green cars on it.
Yeah.
So does it feel good to be back, Andrew?
It does. It's a lot of similarities for us being Australians as well. Vancouver is kind of similar in some ways to Sydney or Perth, or it's got that sort of feel.
I guess down in Canada, we've got the Sails, kind of trying to pretend to be the opera house and all that stuff.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant, well, coming from England too, where we've spent a lot of time, it's really great to come here.
Yeah.
Now, you guys had the big release party in Belgium on Friday night for the new album. You had the big online internet cybercast and everything.
That's right. I did an interview on the internet thing. It was very interesting, actually.
I think I got the transcript of that here. Want me to tell you what you said?
No, that's fine. But the software that this actual French-Belgian company's developed for internet now is it has a microphone. You can talk rather than typing it in. So the whole interview was...
that's why some of the stuff comes out rather weird.
Yeah, probably.
I thought it was just in the translation from French to English.
Yeah, no, it's probably just me.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, okay. Just reading some of the stuff here and thinking weird things. Now, which one of you guys is into left field?
Me.
It's you.
Well, yeah, I mean, basically, excellent, awesome album. They got a new album coming out shortly.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Do you mind if I play some?
Please.
Well,
go ahead.
Play the first track, but do it after ours.
Go ahead.
I was going to play some while we're talking.
Yeah, definitely.
Left field, some
it's an awesome album.
Underground kind of stuff that's happening. Now, I've noticed on at least the new single, Elegantly Wasted, you guys have a little bit more of a richer kind of sound happening on it than other things. Do you notice that, Andrew?
Other things?
Than other albums, than past albums.
Well, yeah. I think what we've sort of done really is to try and focus this album a lot more than perhaps our last studio album. But I don't know if it's richer. I mean, it's all our albums have been quite different to each other, and I think that we've created a position that's hard for ourselves to be slotted into sometimes, which hasn't always been easy.
Yeah.
For radio, especially.
Yeah.
Because we're always moving all over the place. I think if we'd done the same album and kept making little rubber stamps of that for the last 10 albums, but we wouldn't be here right now as a band.
Now you're the songwriter and producer of most of the stuff most of the albums that you've done, right?
That's not true. No.
No?
I have co-written a lot of the music.
Yeah, with Michael.
Yeah, and other band members have written songs, and basically, this is the first album I think I've ever been credited with a co-production of one of our albums.
Wow.
Yeah, but I've always had a pretty sort of big hand in it. I mean, I like the production field. I do work as a producer outside of the band. And ironically enough, it wasn't my insistence this time around. It was just that Bruce Fairbairn, the producer of the record, had just said, look, well, you know, Andrew, you've done so much on this record. I have to give you this credit because you did that. So,
wow. And the thing I read about this new album... there you go. Is a lot of stuff was done first time out.
Well, a lot of the stuff was basically lifted from the demos that Michael and Andrew did. They took a lot of time this time in recording the stuff properly, because quite often, you know, in past albums, you know, Andrew and Michael would bring, you know, songs to the studio, or, you know, before we go in and record, and then we'd go and try and recreate it. And you spend, you know, sometimes days trying to recreate something that's been, you know, recorded on like a little Porter studio or whatever, you know. So this time we thought, let's, you know, Andrew and Michael thought, let's record it properly, and hopefully we might be able to use some. So invariably, a lot of the tracks we ended up just playing along with the demos, syncing it up, and, you know, adding real drums and bass, and, you know, other little bits and pieces, and so as a result, you know, more than half the vocals are the ones that Michael recorded with Andrew in, you know, like hotel bedrooms and things like that.
Wow. How many takes did it take you guys to do the lead single, Elegantly Wasted?
Well, that actually was, I think we started, the vocal came from the demo on that particular song, and I think we did that in Dublin. That came, he did that in the morning. The day before we put the music together, and then he went out that night. I think Bono invited him down to a bar, and so he went down, and I think Liam Gallagher from Oasis came in and threw a punch at him that night.
What a trio! Liam, Bono, and Michael in one room together.
I didn't even know about this because I was invited down there too, but I stayed back to do some work on the song that we'd been writing together. And so the following morning, Michael came back, later that night, and he just wrote these two words, elegantly wasted, because I think he was a little drunk. And then he went back to the hotel, and the next morning I came in, and I said, this phrase is great. What? I said, this thing that you wrote, you know.
He couldn't even remember it.
And so then we worked on the vocal for it, and basically that's the vocal that you're hearing on the record.
The night after, Bono and Liam.
Well, actually, I think, you know, they're all pretty good mates, those people. But I think the main thing is that what's important is what we haven't said as well is what Michael and I missed, the band made up for here in Vancouver. We recut 2 or 3 songs, and because we really screwed them up on the demos.
All right. Well, how about we'll play Elegantly Wasted, and then we'll talk more about what you guys did in Vancouver, because I know you guys made a lot of friends while you were here. Maybe we can save you some phone calls and say some highs on the radio and stuff.
Definitely.
All right. So the day after Bono and Liam and Michael all went out together, Elegantly Wasted was born. It's on Z95.3. .3 INXS, Elegantly Wasted. Joining us in studio, Kirk Pengilly and Andrew Farriss from INXS. So now, Elegantly Wasted had about 5 weeks of its birth process done here in Vancouver. And what kind of things do you remember when you were here?
Well, the studio that we recorded in the Armory, which is Bruce Fabian's studio, it's, I think, the first studio I've ever been that has daylight in it. Which was good. But yeah, I mean, we had a really good time here, made a lot of friends here, and it just sort of, I don't know, it's just, as Andrew was saying before, it just has a lot of similarities with Australia. The people, very
a lot
down,
of Australians
down to
up
earth.
here.
And
Do you guys, if you guys go to Whistler, you'll find all your countrymen.
Yeah, that's what happened. Yeah,
kind of embarrassing. Actually. we work for a living. You know what I mean?
I see.
No, I didn't. I just meant that when I went up there, I was like, this is unbelievable. There's so many Aussies up there. Working up there.
They all do the sort of the winter sports circuit, I guess, around the world. Do Australia and New Zealand in our winter, and then
come up here.
Yeah. What a life.
Now you guys,
hi guys.
Did either of you guys go to the Twister premiere?
Yes, I did.
You were there?
Yep.
And you were there with Michael?
Yeah. Well, I think we all went bar. Hey, you were there for a minute and you left, didn't you?
No, we all went. John left.
John left, right.
Because I remember we had the Z premiere of Twister last summer, and everybody goes, INXS was there last night.
Yeah, John got vertigo and had to leave.
he got blown away.
Very, very trippy movie.
It was pretty amazing on the big screen.
Now, you guys both have kids. How is it? And Andrew, you just had a new baby.
Yes.
New baby. What did you say, sir?
Independently.
Yeah.
Independent.
We
Yes.
don't have kids together.
You didn't have children together, no.
No,
So how do you guys juggle being rock stars and being daddies?
Well,
You keep your balls in the air, basically.
yeah, it is a juggling act. I mean, also, we've been doing this for 20 years now, and basically, we've pretty well put it to a certain extent in a position where we call the shots. So, we've tried over the years to make sure that, when we go out and work, we do it for a certain period of time, then have like a month off sort of thing. And we try and cater for that so that everyone's sort of needs are fulfilled, and that's important. It's probably one of the reasons it's kept us together for that long.
It's been 3-4 years since you guys had a last studio effort together, right?
Yep, Full Moon, Dirty Hearts, yeah.
Right, so...
In between that, we had a greatest hits record.
Yes.
Right here.
Yeah,
Right.
which
Right,
we
you
actually
say-
recorded two new songs with Chris Thomas, who we hadn't worked with since X. We'd done, we did 2 albums between working with him, and that was kind of interesting, going back and working with Chris Thomas again for that.
One of the guys in the band said this new album marks the second part of INXS Part 2.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is
was
like
Tim.
chapter 2. Yeah.
And does it feel that way for you, Andrew?
Well, it sort of was. I mean, we decided to, as Kirk said, give ourselves some downtime and some real time with our families, and friends, and I think that
Get a life.
And well, and also to do some individual things outside of the band. I mean, when you're in a band for 20 years, you suddenly realize, hey, there's a world out there, you know, and you want to work with other people. And I think a lot of us did different things, you know, whether it was worked in the film genre or production work. I did a lot of production work and some songwriting, and the other guys songwrote, and Michael started working on a solo record and all these sorts of things. Basically, we, you know, I think it was exciting the way we brought this project, this album together again. It was different though, because most of our other albums had been done in sequence off tours. You know, you do a long tour to promote a record, and suddenly you go, oh, we've got to make another record, you know?
Yeah.
And you kind of end up thinking you're like a little factory or something, but we're not. We're human beings. We've got our...
But now you've got the new album out, and you're hitting the road again.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but I meant the way we went into it
Yes,
was different.
exactly.
It's different. Yeah.
That's good when, you know, I mean, we have always allowed space for everyone to go and do stuff outside the band. And, you know, what is good about that is when we come back together, you know, it brings, you know, a bunch of new sort of influence and even to a certain extent respect for each other with what each other's been doing. And, you know, it's good. It's healthy.
Excellent.
I don't agree.
Yeah, you never did agree with anything, Andrew.
Right.
So the new album is Elegantly Wasted, and it comes out on Tuesday. You guys want to pick a song off here for me to play? I haven't even heard it, so pick something that's
Yeah, well, maybe because, you know, Elegant's kind of, Elegantly Wasted, I guess, is the most sort of
single.
INXS sounding track. So maybe, what's the one I play sitar in?
Thrown Together.
Thrown Together. Put that on, because that's kind of the other side of the album, you know.
Cut 8. You play sitar on this one? Is there an intro on this record?
Yes.
Oh, there you go. We're going to play new INXS off the CD Elegantly Wasted. It comes on Tuesday. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Z95.3.